Hi friends, my name is Abby and welcome to my channel. In today's video I'm going to be showing you how to get a quick and easy simple brow. And I'm going to go through it step by step and I hope you guys like it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Alright, so the first thing I do is take my brush and just brush up my eyebrows. So most of the hairs are going upwards. And this is my favorite eyebrow pencil. This is the NYX micro pencil. Don't mind the spray tan on my hands. And the next thing I'm gonna do is grab my NYX Tame and Frame and my Sonia Kashuk number 27 angled brush. And I don't want it to be super drastic, so I'm gonna go in pretty lightly. And I never start all the way on the inner corner. I kind of start in the middle of my brow and brush outwards. With this, I do have to go in a few times. I usually use a pencil, but I'm actually out of my NYX pencil, so we're gonna go with this. Again, I kind of just go lightly and I go at the shape of my brow, but obviously I kind of have short brows. So I'm going to extend out. You see how I'm flaring though? I don't want to drag it or else it's gonna be a super harsh line. So I'm just flaring that out, dipping in again, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and start on the top. I'll come back to the bottom, but I kind of just like to create my shape on the outer corner and then go back and start kind of filling in. So I never start all the way in here. I kind of start at the arch, and I don't know if you can see, but I have a few hairs that are up here. So I kind of go where the little hairs are to make them a little fuller because I do have thin brows. So I'm going up and then lightly dragging ever so lightly. And there I kind of created my arch. And as you can see, I need a little work in here. So I'm gonna go back into my pot and barely dab. I don't want it to be super dark like it is on the outer corner. So I'm just gonna go in ever so lightly and not all the way in here because I want it to look like they're still my eyebrows, not like a crazy person with squared off eyebrows. So then now that I've created my kind of line, let me straighten this out a little bit. So now I've created kind of the shape that I want. I'm gonna go back in, and where it's kind of clear, I'm just gonna fill in those gaps. And kind of lightly drag whatever's left over inside. And then I'm gonna go in and kind of work with the bottom of the inner. But again, this is the last thing I do because I kind of just use the remnants of what I have on my brush and barely go across that line. And then I'm going to grab it like this, where the point is facing downwards, and create kind of like hair-like strokes, just so I can fill in the little gaps that I have. Okay, so now I'm gonna go back in with my little brush and brush up those hairs and any kind of sometimes I get clumps with the dip. So go in, brush that out a little bit. And then I'm gonna go in with a brown eyeshadow. Hold on, I have to get a brush. All right, this is just the brush from the Naked 2 palette, I think. And I have no idea where this brown shadow is from, but I will find something very similar and link it down below. I think you could go with Anastasia brown eyebrow powder. Can't talk. So I'm gonna go in and kind of just swirl it around kind of lightly, and then we're gonna go back in and kind of fill in just the outer corner, and then I'm gonna go up back with whatever's left over again on the inside, and just barely tap it, because again, I don't want it to be so crazy dark that it doesn't really look like my eyebrows. And honestly, most of the time, I don't really clean up after this. If it's just kind of day to day, I just leave it how it is and then go about my business. But for the sake of the video and teaching, you know, if you want to go a little bit fancier, if you're going out somewhere, I'm gonna clean up just the under part. I don't like to clean up the top, just because I bring my bronzer kind of low and I like how it kind of shadows there, and I don't like the sharp lines of concealer. So this is another Sonia Kashuk brush. I have no idea what the number is, but it's kind of just a flat brush, and I just use it for my under eyes or under eyebrow. This is the Anastasia concealer in the shade 1. There you go. So I'm gonna go in, and I've had this forever, but I've barely used it, so I kind of barely go in, and then I scrape on the sides. So I tap in and scrape on the sides because I don't want it to be crazy. So I go in and I start again on the outer corner, because I feel like it gets a little weird if you just start from there and go on. So I do have a little thing that I need to clean up over here. So I'm gonna start here, and I don't start at the line of my eyebrow. I work my way up. So I'm gonna start here and then work my way up and just sharpen it out. And then I drag it backwards. And then I kind of go on the inside just barely. You can see it's kind of just with whatever is left over. And I've gotten concealer on my eyelashes. This is why you do it before you put mascara on or false lashes. I just have lash extensions, so they're kind of just there. All right. So at this point, it's kind of thin here. So I go back over with that first angled brush and kind of just fill it out. And then you could use your brush really, but I kind of like to use my finger because I just want it to be nice and even. So I'm gonna go in and kind of smudge this out. Again, if you are, you know, going out, my brow process is a little bit different when I'm, you know, going out, but for now, it's not really anything. So I am gonna go back in with a little bronzer because as you can tell, it's very, very light. And I'm totally okay with that, but I am gonna put a brow highlight, but I do wanna warm it up just a little bit so it's not just stark white and then the rest of my face looks kind of tan. So I'm going in with the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula, which I love, and the Morphe M523 brush. I use this to contour, but it's really good just to go in lightly as well, because it doesn't, if you barely go in and tap it off, it doesn't really hold the product super heavy. So I am gonna go in and just lightly tap over that area. And as you can see, I'm literally barely tapping. Touch up a little bit. Okay. And I am gonna have a brow highlight. So I'm gonna go on my Jaclyn Hill palette. It is very, very loved, as you can see. And you can tell what my two favorite colors are. These two right here, I've hit pan with this. So I'm gonna actually tap both of these and tap off the excess because it is very, very bright and beautiful. And I'm just gonna go in and lightly hit my brow bone. I don't really like to bring it in too far, but I do like to give it a little, you know, and then I usually just tap in my inner corner again because that's what I use for that. And then lastly, I use the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. I don't know if you can see it. And I just go in and brush upwards. Again, don't judge my horrible self-tanner on my hands because I didn't wash it off well. It sat on forever and a hole got in my glove. It was a mess. All right, so that is pretty much it. I'm gonna go ahead and do my next brow. As you can tell, they're very different. I'm gonna go ahead and do that and then put some lipstick on and we'll be done. This is the final brow look. Really simple, easy, kind of day-to-day. If you have any other ideas of something that you'd like me to film, leave a comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.